Hello, everybody, and welcome back to OpenFront.io. Don't think I've forgotten about you guys. I have not. So we are on the world map, and we are in teams. So it's been a little while since I've done a teams map, I think. I don't know. It's just kind of the first mission that cropped up, so I'm like, yeah, let's do this one. I don't quite know where I'm gonna start. Kind of been bouncing around a lot. I guess we could start over here. And, yeah, I'm not done with OpenFront. I've just been taking a break. Obviously, I don't want to get burnt out on the game. And I've been doing a lot of other things. I've been doing a lot of streaming. I've been doing a lot of working. I went on vacation for a while, and that really threw off my my schedule. But it's something that I really needed to do, and I just haven't gotten into the groove yet of playing the game. So, like, before, the way that I would do things was, all right, come on, get that. There we go. I may have pushed a little bit too hard there, but that's okay. We're also going to grab this. Here, let's crack it up to 40% attack ratio. Yeah. And we're gonna try to steal this out from under these players. There we go. Excellent. So we have a nice little troop advantage over everybody else around me. I kind of hate how few of my allied players are around me, but I kind of just have myself to blame for that, so not too much I can do there. It is what it is. Nom 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 nom. Delicious. Alright, and we got our first city down. Nice, nice. Alright, I'm hoping that my allies will be able to consolidate this. I'll probably help them out with that if I can. I don't know if I'll be able to. But let's accept this alliance for now, and we're going to push on this player. We're going to try to completely push him off if possible. We just got to be careful we don't drop too low on troop counts. Because this guy may get some... You know, he might get some ideas. He might get some ideas. There we go. Excellent. Alright, then we can jump in on peace here. We can take them down. They're not even paying any attention to what's going on over here. As well as I'm blue. And that's actually going to leave us to be pretty powerful. Iceland, or Greenland, this isn't Iceland, this is Greenland. Greenland on the world map is not generally considered like a super powerful star, at least I don't think it is. But, you know, it's pretty good. It's a pretty nice spot. Nobody was starting up here compared to everyone else. And it kind of let me get like a nice little cluster of territory for not really a whole lot of effort. Alright, and that means the red team is completely consolidated in North America. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Alright, so I'm allied with Samus here. So I'm probably not going to be attacking them, but I will happily attack Mustache over here. Mustache, mustache, da 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 da. Should be pretty straightforward. Hopefully our allies will assist. If they don't, that's also okay. love to get a second city down. There we go. Nice. Alright, and we have a foothold. Alright. And we're just going to keep pushing. I don't see a reason not to. Although we may want to stop now that we're bordering purple. Because I want to be a little bit careful here. We could easily get overwhelmed. How many troops do you have? 159, 111,000 troops. Okay. Alright, looks like my team is taking care of Somnus, so that's good. I don't think anybody's building any ports, which I think is a little bit of a mistake. But we could probably push on Nos here. And maybe this player as well. Actually, Sir Puffalot here doesn't have many troops. So we can go ahead and push him back. And our goal here is just to kind of hold off while the rest of our allies kind of do things. Because we have a pretty nice combat advantage here. We just gotta hold off the boys. And they're gonna do counterattacks, they're gonna do all sorts of things. But it should be all good. While purple is devoting funds to taking us on, we are just kind of holding off. And slowly gaining, too, I might add. Okay. Where's this guy? Not quite sure where he is, but we could push him off. Alright, let's do a big attack on Nos, now that our allies are here. And I'd love to get some money for silos. Because I think that's the next logical course of action. Is to get silos, start hucking those nukes around. Especially Bob here, 150,000 troops is going to be pretty tough. There we go. I'm not quite sure where Helvin is attacking us. Oh, he's right here. Alright. That's okay. Here, we'll put a silo there. Alright, we're just gotta be patient. We gotta hold these guys off. It's basically a 50-50 between red and purple. So, we also got to get a warship out here to deal with these guys. Alright, we destroyed their warships. Nice. We'll send more warships out. And we're just kind of taking our time. We're hoping that our allies are going to pull through. Although we may have to launch a preemptive attack here. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm not quite sure yet. Actually, I think we are going to launch an atom bomb at Nos. Is it no? Nos? I'm not quite sure yet. Either way, he's gotta go down. We just gotta be careful not to do too big of a push. also like to grab this. That may be a little bit too powerful of a player for me to deal with. But I'd like to steal his city. There we go. And things are slowly shifting into our favor. Let's see, Bob here, Harlvin. Let's go ahead and try to push this guy off this area, if possible. Also going to fire an atom bomb over here. There we go. And we're not going to be the most expensive or most wealthy faction, but I think we definitely carried our weight there. That's for sure. And I think the tables have finally turned. Yeah. I think we are good to go. Alright, now we just need to tactically launch some nukes, take out their cities, and go from there. I think we're okay to decrease our troop counts and really start pumping in the gold. I could be wrong about that. It could be that I could have been a little bit more aggressive, but I think we did just fine. All things considered, I think we did pretty well. I think we can hit this without worrying about this silo here. But that was a good war. That was a good war. I think everybody involved deserves a pat on the back for that. It didn't feel like anybody overplayed their hand, at least between purple and red. Not quite sure about the other teams, but I think we did quite well here. I'm gonna sneeze. Never mind, I lied. Okay, I did sneeze, it was just premature. Alright. And this is gonna be a win. We got this. Great success. Like I said, we're not one of the top players. We don't have to be. That's not the point of the team's game. Isn't to be the top player. It's to make sure your team wins, and that's what I did. That's what we did. And now we are victorious. Yeah. Beautiful. But I still enjoy Open Front. Even though I haven't been posting as many videos as I have in the past, I still like the game. It's a lot of fun. It's just, you know, I can't play it all the time. And I've mentioned it many times before. I'll probably mention it many more times. I play a variety of games, and that includes Open Front, and that includes, you know, whatever else we're putting up, Pharaoh, and the other games that I've been playing recently. I'm not interested in being known as an Open Front guy, or a Territorial guy, or, you know, just some guy. It is what it is. It is what it is. But I think we have time to do one more. I'd rather not do a teams game, if possible. I'd like to do a normal game. And we'll go from there. We'll do teams. Why not? Why not? But Open Front as a community is a very healthy community. It seems like it's gaining people all the time. I don't tune into the Discord as much as I used to, because it's a chaotic mess that's very hard to keep track of. But it is what it is. Alright, so it seems like we're consolidating up here, maybe? Maybe we're consolidating over here? It's kind of hard to tell. You want us to kind of group with your team a little bit so that you have people to back you up. But we're going to start here. We're gonna see what we can do. So we're kind of in like a mountainous start, but we have this nice open plain here to expand into. Hopefully we can expand into it. Or we'll get cut off by this spot. That's also very possible. And we're a little bit surrounded. That could be problematic. Ugh, that's what I was afraid of right there. Alright, let's go ahead and up our attack ratio. And we're just going to jump across the river here. There we go. I'm more than a little bit worried about being surrounded by all of these purple players. Dude just literally full sent me. I mean, I know I nudged him a little bit, but come on. It's fine. It's fine. I understand. It's all good. Alright, let's try to focus a little bit on consolidating our gains here. Because I'm not doing anywhere near as well this time as I did last time. But we can hopefully slow these guys down a little bit. Until our allies can jump in. Naval invasion from nuclear Gandhi, huh? Oops. Ah, that doesn't really work anymore. It's sad. So it used to be I would spam click on a faction or whatever in order to prevent them from doing a landing. But you can't really do that anymore. What? Okay, I was about to say, did the game break? And I think this is going to be a loss, unfortunately. I kind of started a little bit too far out. Yeah, but we'll see how this game progresses, shall we? We'll see who actually truly wins. We'll try to fight back a little bit. But we're not likely going to be able to. We'll waste our money on another defense post at least. That way they don't get it. And they just get a couple defense posts. Yeah, don't build defense posts this close together. They're not additive, or at least I don't believe they are. They didn't used to be. I don't know, maybe things have changed before or not. But yeah, the only reason I did that was to waste my money, which I guess I could probably just send my money to somebody else. Purple Kush? Yeah, you can have my money. Well, you can have half of my money, at least. These guys are spending a lot of resources trying to take my territory. It's gonna be kind of hilarious if I somehow survive this. Hold on. Let's not get too hasty. You know, we have 18,000 gold. We have a little bit of money. Purple's kind of blocked in by red and I. The problem is that blue is extremely well consolidated. So is teal. I don't see them doing poorly in this. I don't see red doing very well in this game. There we go. And Pom Pom has decided to delete us. It was inevitable. Still took a lot of troops to do it, just for this tiny chunk of land. But it is what it is. Alright, let's go ahead and see who wins this, shall we? something I think you want to be very aware of when you have players in teams is that sometimes you get players that absolutely tank their troop counts in order to produce a large amount of gold. And these are weak points. If you don't have a bunch of warships in and around the area, these are good places for larger players on other teams to get a foothold on your territory. I don't see it too often yet, but it's definitely something that I think about sometimes when I don't have any good paths of expansion. Anyway, I'm done mumbling around. Let's continue. Looks like this is going to be blue and teal. Alright, and there we have it. A very well-deserved win by the team game. But thank you everybody for watching, and I appreciate every single one of you. And like I said, I'm not done with Openfront. I'm going to continue posting Openfront videos from time to time. I'm going to continue posting Keomit videos from time to time. If you don't see it here every single day, don't be scared. I guess that's my message for today. So until next time, folks, happy gaming.